So here we are in the machine shop here at the farm. So you'll see here, this is a little bit different way of doing it. What we did here is we came in with the styrofoam insulation board and just nailed it up flat to the wall like that. Right there. I did the same thing going up the roof. So that's styrofoam insulation in between the stringers there and is nailed up into the roof then that way. And that is essentially going to do the same thing as if I had a ceiling going across the rafters right here. You just don't have to put up a ceiling with some kind of metal or whatnot. A little bit easier to pull off for sure, but you're going to need some kind of lift to get up there even in your garage, just a little bit taller than what your garage would be. But we came around the bottom then and just did sheets of OSB, 8-foot sheets of OSB, just for protection along the bottom of the wall, like that. We did not wire this, but you can see how the wiring went there. He ran it, around behind things, but probably what you're going to do is you're going to run it up the post and then over the top of the rafters there, and just bring it down the post every time you drop it down to your switches or your outlets. Sort of like that right there. That's how you would do your lighting, your electric. Just run it up like that. Breaker box there with the service. A little bit different style of heater here. This is called a radiant heater. It's a long tube that goes the entire length of the shop and then comes back. What it is, it's again propane there. You get the burner right there, and it'll force air through that little fan down, the hot air through the tube, and then it'll radiate heat down. When that thing kicks on, it gets really hot. I'm going to say that this is probably not the style of heater you'd want for your garage if you put one in, because in a lower ceiling situation, it could really start scorching the top of your head. And it won't scorch it literally, but it'll be warm if the ceiling, we're talking, I think 14-foot ceilings in here right now. So if you have say a 10-foot ceiling in your garage, it's going to be getting really close when that thing kicks on. Again, you can kind of see the style of workbench I copied here. These are T13 bulbs here, and I'll kick them on so you can kind of get an idea of how long it takes them to come on. And then they're kind of dull at first, and they'll start ramping up as you go here in brightness. But they're all right. We've got them in other shops, even in overhead banks, and I'm just not as big a fan of these as I am the LED lights. So, and the LED lights are super light too. You kind of start to see they're getting a little bit brighter now. Yeah, that's another way of doing things. You can also kind of probably see that this shop isn't quite as bright. Those are the big LED bulbs there. They're okay. I would recommend doing lights if you're gonna do any work out there. Overestimate how much light you buy as opposed to underestimate, because it's nice to have light. It really is. So there's that scenario. Any questions? Give me a call. And that's just right there. That's probably the insulation. This blue styrofoam is what I would use. That stuff's okay with the reflective backing. This is probably what I would use. This thick stuff here. I mean, it's probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. You cut it in, just buy the nails with the insulation nails like that. You can just use that to hold it in place. So we'll talk to you later.